going to talk to you a little bit today about the best way to use encyclopedias and dictionaries in your research paper. A lot of people think that when they start a research paper that they have to say in the very first statement, Webster says that, or Webster says that, for example, a gray squirrel is blah, blah, blah. Well, that's really not a very good way to engage the reader. First of all, it's not all that interesting, but then the other thing too is that you usually need to apply or describe or define something in terms of your argument, not in terms of just a general dictionary definition. So for example, if you're going to talk about a gray squirrel, then if you're talking about the habitat of a gray squirrel, say for example here in upstate New York, then the best approach would be to use the kind of reference material that allows you to describe the function of the squirrel, the habitat of the squirrel, or say behaviors of squirrels, rodents, whatever. That's so to be a little bit more precise. Another thing too is that people will often use collaborative wikis or tools that are not very well policed, more or less, or regulated or supervised. They're not peer-reviewed at all. So Wikipedia, other collaborative things, are not a very good way to source for information to cite. Now, I'm not saying that Wikipedia is not a good place to go in terms of checking out the information and just getting a basic look. And if you're on the computer and you're having and you're interested in general information that you would find in a reference book, such as an encyclopedia, I would say go ahead and go that extra step and go to Encarta is reliable. Encyclopedia Britannica is excellent. It's peer-reviewed, and even though you can say, well, I can find articles that have found that Wikipedia is often better than Encyclopedia Britannica, I would say that it's controversial. Fine, but still, go to Encyclopedia Britannica. Compton's is another good one, and of course, World Book. World Book's a little bit lower level, more appropriate for say high school than say college level. Now, if you're going to do that, again, I would use an encyclopedia reference article as a point of departure, a way to familiarize yourself, and then, for example, if you're talking about Portuguese literature in Portuguese, and you find Joaquim Amado, well, go find, or Clarice Lispector. Find out the article or who the people are, then go to the primary text, the Crónicas of Clarice Lispector or whatever other famous works, and then look at that, and then also look at articles from peer-reviewed journals. So that's the way that I think that you can use encyclopedias effectively without limiting yourself or just being derivative. So bottom line, the problem of using just dictionaries and encyclopedias for your reference materials is that they tend to be bland and derivative. They don't really provide you the insight, and they are very much removed from, say, the primary text or even secondary, which would create a secondary text would be like a peer-reviewed journal article or an article that goes in and analyzes the work. So I hope that's helpful, and think about these points as you are doing your research.